Time it's gone below 7%. Okay, almost 11 pps lost last week. And look at inflation, even that's coming under control, and in fact it's below the RBI's upper tolerance limit. Do you think this was expected and we will see a further fall?
Hi, Kavita. So yes, the inflation numbers coming sub 5% was clearly on expected lines. And in anticipation of the inflation cooling off to sub 5% and probably continuing its trajectory of, I would say, the winning streak, has led to an anticipated fall in bond yields. Pace, of course, is a little bit faster than one can chew in, but clearly the trajectory is on anticipated lines. We also need to keep in mind that globally also the US is leading the pack with a similar kind of, or maybe faster fall in yields, given that inflation trajectory even in the US is on the decline. So all in all, outcome expected, pace obviously a little bit much faster than at least what we anticipated.
Lakshmi, what is the range that you're looking at? 6.95 to 7.05? Is that the range within which we'll see the bond yields moving now for a few weeks going on from now?
Yeah, I would say it's going to be very tight range from here on, Kavita, given the fact that your benchmark rates or your overnight rates are still at 6.5%. There is a week-on-week supply. So I'd be super surprised to see a sustained momentum. Of course, the near-term momentum is fairly strong, but to sustain meaningfully below 7% actually requires some sort of a trigger of a rate cut, which we don't believe clearly is the case in India right now, and definitely not immediately a case in the US. So maybe it can linger around the 695.7 mark for a bit, but that seems to be our leftmost band of our estimate. And a tight groove, yeah, 5-10 basis points, and maybe inching up towards 710, 715 mark, and trade those 20 basis points kind of a range in the very near term.
So what does this indicate actually? Now, what kind of market situation are we looking at for the next 6 months of the year, if I have to be very clear about it? Because obviously we don't see any more, at least the rate hike doesn't look like the immediate case in our scenario. And it could be a pause, definitely. I mean, that is where the consensus are majority. So where are we heading?
You're bang on. So looks like the case for being on an extended pause seems to get accentuated after the recent inflation numbers, both domestically as well as globally. So we believe that that coupled with the fact that there is a week-on-week supply, and also one can't wish to be the fact that the IIP data, though it's a lag indicator, it's slightly on the softer side, means that markets will sooner than later start discounting rate cuts. Even in India, if you look at the OIS or the interest rate swap curve, that's already started pricing in a rate cut. 5-year OIS today is at 6%, and that's clearly telling you, and the overnight rates are at 6.5. So it's kind of discounting 0.5% rate hike, over the next 12 months. So I would say 10-year on the lower end, at least over the next 2 quarters, looks like it should be probably in the lower end of 690.95 and upper end of 705, 710, with a very near-term probable range of bumping up another 15 basis points. So maybe 715 in the near term, and over the slightly next 2 quarters, 690.95 lower end to about 710 on the higher end.
Let's talk about the investment portfolio now. What does this mean for the investors who already invested in different type of debt or fixed income instruments?
I would say you should run your positions. There is no case to disinvest from fixed income at the current juncture. The portfolio yield looks attractive even right now, as the yield curve has become extremely flat. The 1-year treasury bill is at 7%. 10-year is also at 7%, indicating a flat yield curve. So a risk reward is clearly favoring allocation to the mid end of the yield curve. And where you've already allocated your money, I think there is a very strong case to stay put. So we do nothing on our fixed income portfolio, though it's run up quite beautifully in the last maybe 30 to 40 days. I don't really see any call to action in terms of booking profits.
Talking about fixed deposits, do you think there is still scope for bank to translate the raise which is still left in order to take the interest rates up for fixed deposits?
Kavita, very unlikely. I would say that bank fixed deposits at the current juncture have fully reflected the transmission of rate hikes. Unless it's some specific banks or specific pockets of maturity buckets, I would say the bank deposit rates have plateaued out. That makes it a great lock-in opportunity for investors who are still sitting on the fence. I would say it's not fair to expect a massive uptick in fixed deposit rates, as I said, but for some exceptional pockets. So it's a great opportunity if those who are contemplating to start locking into some term deposit rates right now.
And what about the other debt mutual funds? You think that there is still scope to lock in some money right now?
I would say between three investment opportunities available, all three are reasonably kosher, but given the taxation being at parity, one could look at a combination of bonds, high grade, top rated bonds of maturities in the band of 2 to 5 years, a combination of term deposits where you're locking in terms of certainty, and maybe a tail end towards mutual fund, dynamically managed portfolios. I think it's a combination of these three in that order, as I mentioned, that one should really look at deploying an incremental fixed income allocation today.
So when we talk about incremental fixed income allocation, can we also look at a medium to long-term strategy, Lakshmi?
I think you can look at, because as I said, the interest rates have peaked out or plateaued out at the current levels. There is a high probability with a lag of maybe 3 to 4 quarters, we could be staring at rate cuts even in India. Of course, that's subject to monsoon, etc., all panning out as anticipated, which is why 3 to 4 quarters from now. But the positioning of that on the portfolio has to be done today. We're not really expecting a massive carnage in bond yields. Some small uptick of 15-20 basis points is not ruled out. So use those upticks as an entry opportunity to lock in to the current bond yields.
Does the current debt scenario in any way indicate that the equity markets would be zooming in coming few months?
I would say the anticipation of, again, bond yields coming down, corporate India being a beneficiary of those rates, have already started reflecting into expectations, which is what you've already started seeing in terms of the price point movements. And now the market rally is also getting a little bit more broad-based. So again, is it going to be immediate gratification? Very unlikely for equities. But yes, the rate cut per se, when it actually happens, maybe a quarter or two ahead, further re-rating is not ruled out. But for now, if you ask me, the bulk of the positive news on account of the rates, whether it's on the bond yields or it is on corporate India in terms of pricing in, seems to be largely baked in.
All right, so there's still time to park in money as far as fixed income instruments are concerned. Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for being on the show and helping our viewers with this today. All right, on that note, we'll take a quick break, and after that, we will tell you best times to invest in mutual funds, and taking a year's time horizon. Have you missed the bus, or still there's opportunity for you? And we'll also answer your portfolio queries. All of this with Feroz Aziz after this break.